I'm just wondering if we brought the advanced copies of House of Cards. I wish things were that ruthlessly efficient. That's true. I was looking at Kevin Spacey. I was thinking, man, this guy's getting a lot of stuff done.
President Obama likely to catch a few House of Cards episodes on his weekend off in California. All of you have already been through the whole season. Don't spoil it for the rest of us. Kevin Spacey here live to talk about it after ABC's John Donvan looks at why so many Americans are entertained by a city they appear to hate.
The old joke that Washington is Hollywood for ugly people seems to be over. Now the TV has discovered Washington as never before, with the breakthrough kind of streaming drama of Netflix's House of Cards, the Emmy-winning parody of missed opportunity known as Veep, Scandal, a show about Washington politics, and Scandal, Homeland, with a possible double agent on the loose in Washington.
We have to go in. He's on to me.
Come back, Carrie.
If somebody landed from Mars now in Washington, D.C. and turned on the television, what's the Washington they would see?
Oh, it's a friendly place full of people doing their best. No, it's a den of iniquity and corruption. That's striking about these shows is even the heroes are not particularly heroic.
Yeah, it's true. The Washington seen on TV these days, it's not Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, where there was one good man fighting the forces of dark and evil.
Well, I like to get them said this time, sir. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to leave this body until I do get them said.
And it's not the West Wing, where there's a whole team of good people fighting the forces of dark and evil.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens can change the world.
No, it's Frank Underwood, played by Kevin Spacey, and embodying the forces of dark and evil, scheming his way to the top as House Majority Whip.
So you lied to his face?
No, I revised the parameters of my promise.
Which is lying.
Which is politics.
He's a puppet master politician, pulling all the strings, even killing to get what he wants.
There is but one rule: hunt or be hunted.
Capturing, perhaps, a certain mood on the loose in the culture at large.
We have an entire political movement essentially based on suspicion of government. The Tea Party Congress is constantly setting new records for unpopularity. So it's definitely a moment when people are thinking about Washington, and they're thinking about Washington in really negative terms.
And so Vice President Selina Meyer, Julie Louis-Dreyfus on Veep, she is a walking character flaw of constant and constantly frustrated ambition.
Why didn't I know about this? I'm going. They can't keep me out of there. Hi, guys.
So where did all the real heroes go? Film director Pierre Bagley, who just took over the Washington, D.C. Office of Motion Picture and Television Development, thinks they're still out there, waiting to be found by the scriptwriters.
All of the intrigue that goes on Capitol Hill, the White House, I think it's fodder for great drama, and I think they're catching up to it now.
The other thing Bagley says about Washington as storyline:
this is the most exciting city, I think, in the world. There's no other city like Washington,
Do you think
DC?
Washington is more exciting than Hollywood?
Absolutely.
Why?
It's real.
You think Washington is real?
Oh, it's real. Well, let me say this. It's as real as it gets.
And as if on cue, we are interrupted by one of the presidential helicopters breaking in on the conversation. If this were a TV show, it would have ruined the shot, but not in Frank Underwood's world, where nothing happens unless the puppet master politician wants it to. For this week, John Donvan, ABC News, Washington.